Hello everybody, welcome back to another technical analysis video. So today we're going to be taking a look at across the crypto market and just give a little update since the last video. So in the last video I drew this kind of purple box here at the 786 retrace just to try and see if we would get down there. I thought this would be a great buy opportunity. We have the 200 moving average, the 200 exponential moving average, and the 786 all kind of confluent down here. We had a bit of a supply area, a demand area down here. So this to me was a good buy opportunity, and I was waiting for this buy opportunity, and I think some other people were. I think a lot of people were speculating to the 5K region or the very low 6K region. But as you could see in the last week or 2 weeks, we've had a different story play out on Bitcoin. We've had quite a big pump. A lot of people calling for a reversal, but is it a reversal? Let's take a look and see exactly what we got here. So on the weekly, I know a lot of people have, I'll draw it here, have some type of channel or maybe falling wedge, something like this. See, I'm not exactly sure if I were to draw this on log scale or just keep it on the normal scale. To me, every single exchange has a different story of these highs and lows. Some people have a wedge, some people have some type of falling channel. So I see it. I see this kind of idea. It's hard for me to say exactly what's being formed here. But I think what's more important is not that whether it's a channel or whether it's a wedge, but we just kind of understand what is exactly happening. So I'll take the drawing tool here. We had this big kind of bull rally or bull market, whatever you want to call it, and we had the top here, and then we had a lower top, a lower one, and right here, as of now, this could change, but as of now, it's also a lower one. When we talk about what is a bear market versus a bull market is when you make higher highs and higher lows. That's a bull market. And when you have a bear market, it's the opposite. You have lower highs and lower lows, and we seem to be getting that here too. I'm sure a lot of people have already made this case. We've had lower low, lower low, lower low. So as I just drew a second ago, you could kind of see that falling channel, that falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. So all these people calling it a reversal, I'm a little hesitant to call it that, right? I don't want to sit here and say, that's it, it's Moon City, time to join the moon crowd. But at the same time, that mindset kind of makes you miss what we just had here. Let's measure it now. I think it's about 30% that we've moved, maybe a little less. 39%. So we've moved up quite a bit since the bottom down here. 40% will round it out. That's not insignificant. That's a huge number. So the people who bought it down here and didn't wait for this purple box area, that's a big congratulations to you. But I also at the same time see a lot of people calling this a reversal. And you just from classical technical analysis, you can't yet call this a reversal. It definitely looks like it could happen pretty soon, but you can't necessarily call it a reversal until we take out this area here around 9.6. Well, this is the 4 hour. Let me go back to the weekly real quick. On the weekly, we had a close over here at 9.55. So until we get higher than this area, we're still in kind of that bear market kind of idea of falling highs. So we go back to the daily. So what do I think is going to happen? What exactly did happen to trigger this rally? We're thinking that, like I said, I was thinking it's going to come down here, but we had these three kind of medium time frame lows. This 618 area was defended. It was kind of a bait too, because multiple daily closes we fell under it and we held under it for a little while, especially right here. This was pretty bearish sentiment for me. I was thinking we're under the 618. That could lead us to the 786. And I was actually a little afraid of capitulation as well, because right here back in the late 2018, we capitulated down to 3K. after holding this area for a little while, and we were getting right at this crucial zone, you could see. But the bulls came in and they just defended this area. If we go back to the RSI, you see at each time we made these these lows, we had a higher low on the RSI, and we just pumped. And in the last 2 weeks, it's just been a pump. So as of now, what is the case to say that we're still in this bear market? Well, firstly, we haven't made the higher high down over here at around 9.5K, and we're also approaching the 200 EMA here on the daily. 200 EMA here on the daily at 9.1K, and that's going to be kind of tough resistance. Over here, we're getting pretty hot on the daily RSI. The daily RSI doesn't get to this level until we're at peak moments in the trend. So it's not safe to say it's bull mode. I know a lot of people are opening the longs every time if we go down in a smaller time frame. Every time we take a little dip here on this move up, it's being bought up. It's being bought up quickly. Even right now, you can see we're being bought up quickly, and we're quickly approaching this 8.9 area of resistance right here. So it's hard to say. There's a lot of people FOMOing here, and I think that we're gonna reach the 9.1 area, but until we confirm a break over 9.5 area, until we get over this 200 moving average here, you just can't be full-on bull mode yet. It's just too hard to do that. If you want to speculate that we're going to do it, it's a risky long, but you could go ahead and do it. But I also wouldn't take a short up here either, because that also is kind of risky to me too. So if you haven't longed anywhere in this area, it's best to just watch what happens. Maybe take a short here if we get a sharp rejection. Maybe take a short at 9.5 if we get a sharp rejection. But taking a position here is very sketchy. So what's going to happen with Bitcoin? I don't say that the alts tell Bitcoin what it's going to do. It's definitely the other way around. But you could get a better idea of what's going on when you do look at the alts. So second biggest market cap is Ethereum. If we look at the weekly, it looks very similar to Bitcoin, that we got this little bounce down here. But it looks like we're approaching the 21 weekly moving average, this yellow one over here. And we're above it as of now. Now, this candle closes on Sunday, so this could easily get under it. I think if this closes under it, that could be very bearish for Ethereum. And if we're looking bearish on Ethereum, it could lead to a bearish sentiment on Bitcoin as well. This could just trigger the reversal right at this area. We don't know. So Ethereum, it as of now, it looks okay. You know, we had a nice reversal. I closed my longs on Ethereum here. I took them at around 137-ish, and I closed it at the 10 simple, where we had this white 10 simple, where we had this rejection, because I was getting scared that we're gonna get stopped out here. But as you could see, we went all the way to the 21. So I could be wrong. You know, I'm not saying we're gonna have a reversal, but this could easily, the bulls could step in and bring us back up to 205, which is the 55 EMA on the weekly. And if we get to this area, we're super close to taking out 211, which was the prior high, which could spell bull market for Ethereum, which could mean bull market for Bitcoin too. Litecoin, it looks even scarier here, because not only do we have the 21 weekly, we also have the 200 EMA and the 200 MA, the two red ones here, stopping it pretty hard as we speak right now. So it's a little sketchy to speculate long. I think some people are speculating short is coming up soon. It's hard to say on these coins. So yeah, that's the three majors. I'm kind of neutral. I didn't know when to make a video, because I was waiting for my initial 5.8 target to be hit to make another video, but we started pumping, and I didn't know if I should make a video after we hit the prior highs. I don't even know if we're going to hit the prior highs, so I just thought, let's make a video now and just kind of get the ideas out there. I wanted to talk about some altcoins here, especially, here's one I've been speculating on, which is Tezos. I haven't taken a position yet, but this one is starting to look a little nice. So as we know, Tezos, the whole staking model, Tezos was the flavor of the week, flavor of the month, last month or so. It was getting big. It started pumping. It started from nothing. It started pumping because people were speculating on the whole proof of stake kind of assets. And Tezos and Cosmos are the two big ones. So we started pumping. But we hit this top here and we started to come down. So I thought, all right, it looks like just a healthy retrace. And I was starting to speculate when to come back in. So firstly, I was looking at the weekly. I wanted to see if we held the 10 simple over here. But the 10 simple just spawned. It was at around the 5.5 50% retrace over here when I was looking at it. I was thinking about getting in around here, but I decided to wait, and I'm glad I did because it came down to the 618. But now it's getting even more juicy. We're here at the 618. We did dip below the the 89 EMA over here, which we held it at the beginning, which was making me a little bullish. But then we got rejected by the white 10 simple, which has been really sharp on the downward here. Sort of strong resistance here. And even as we speak today, it kind of acted as strong resistance. But just like on Bitcoin, the bulls are trying to hold the 618, and we've been closing above it, or at least holding above it. So I'm still not in a position here. But if I start to see some type of, I'll kind of draw it here, if I start to see some type of constructive consolidation around the 618 and I start seeing the RSI move up a little bit, this would be a perfect opportunity to kind of get in here, get in along, and kind of hodl, put it in your Ledger wallet, just buy it, and just stack your Satoshis. As this coin, I don't want to speculate to the moon here, but we could see some nice upside here. We could at least see a change in the trend here in the medium term. The MACD is looking nice. It's curling upwards. We're getting some positive momentum even though we're going down. That's classic bullish divergence. I'm yet to see some real bullish divergence on the RSI. It still doesn't look too great on the daily. On the weekly, you don't even have it yet because it's so new. On the 4 hour, it's not bullish just yet. We kind of dipped under it, not creating divergence. So it's still a little risky to get into this. You could try to catch the bottom and just buy it right now. You know, you could buy 1500, 1509 and just say, hey, I think it's going to go up. But it could always come down to the 786. And I said the same thing about Bitcoin and we never got there. So I understand why some people would just want to buy it at the 618, maybe dollar cost in. But I think it's best to just kind of wait for some constructive consolidation around here like we saw in Bitcoin before we make a move here. Let's see, we could take a look at one more, or one or two more. We got Cardano here. See, Cardano, I've been waiting a little while. Let's go on the daily. I've been a little unsure to do what to do with this one. We had this pump early in 2019 after this inverse head and shoulders formed. And then ever since, we've just been in a downtrend. Let me fix the MACD here. Any day now. It's just been losing volume, losing liquidity on the way down. But every time we take a dump down, MACD starts to diverge. As of recently, it got a little stronger. So we haven't had as strong divergence. And then also the 200 is quickly coming down here, the EMA. Quickly coming down here to act as resistance pretty soon. And I kind of drew these two areas here of demand and supply, and as you could see just yesterday, I think I was asleep during this, or I just wasn't even paying attention. We quickly came down to this demand area here again, and we tested it, and we keep getting bought down here as sharp buys. So that's pretty good. That means there's a heavy level of demand down here. Price is struggling to get under here, which could make this a safe bet. You know, if you bought down here, you could have a really tight stop loss and have a really nice risk reward profile here. But I think I'm going to play it safe on this one like I am Tezos. And I might just wait for this 21 here to get down, the 21 EMA on the weekly, to kind of test this area as resistance. And if we could close a candle above it, I think we can get a real moonshot on Cardano coming up. So that's one to keep an eye out. and I think that's good. I would look at XRP, but to me XRP is such trash. I know there's a huge army out there of XRP who just love it, and I saw this falling wedge at one point here on the weekly. I'll put it on the daily, looking a little nicer. I saw this falling wedge here. I was speculating upside on it, but I didn't get in, and it was so weak. It just fell down and started dumping again. And this 200 here is just stark resistance, and it's getting closer. Like many of these alts, they're getting so tired in these low levels that we're either going to see a rally or we're going to just see them go to zero. So I don't want to be stuck in altcoins that go to zero. But I also want to keep an eye on them, make sure that they don't pump without me paying attention. And we see on Bitcoin dominance here, go to the weekly, Bitcoin dominance has been raising and raising, but as of recently, in the last half year even, we've kind of been in this consolidation area, and in the last week or so, as Bitcoin was pumping, Bitcoin dominance has been going down, which is a little interesting. That could be a sign of altcoin season. It's hard to say if the altcoins are going to have their moment in the sun. As you can see, it kind of quickly came back with Bitcoin dominance, but I say keep a close eye on this. I think this is your best altcoin indicator. If you really want to speculate on some of these, like Tezos, Cardano, like me, I keep a close eye on this to make sure that Bitcoin dominance is in a good spot for the altcoins to rally. As you know, you need Bitcoin dominance to go down so the altcoins can get some love. But for now, it's just the big daddy. It's just Bitcoin. Everyone's got their eye on the prize here. We're going to see within the next week what's going to happen here. Are we going to reverse and come down to my area? This still could happen. We could reject this area and still come down to 5.8k, which would be a good buy in my opinion. Or it could just be reversal season right now. We could just pump right now. The bulls could step in and we can go test the 14k highs if we break 9.5k. That will be what I would be keeping my eye on. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been another technical analysis video on the crypto world. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, do your thing. Suggest some coins, suggest some stocks for me to look at. I do like to trade crypto the most. I like the volatility, but I do keep my eyes on the stocks. I keep my eye on SPY. I'm speculating that traditional markets may be coming for a recession pretty soon, so I'm a little scared to get into them. We are seeing monthly bearish divergence on assets like SPY and Dow Jones. So I'll be keeping my eye on that, but it's a little risky to get into those, so I've been liking to stick to crypto. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching.